everyone? Welcome back to Let's Talk About Singing. My name is Marco. I'm a singer, songwriter, voice teacher from Italy, living in New York City. Today we're gonna do a little bit of a throwback. It's been 20 years since the release of Lady Marmalade by Christina Aguilera, Lil Kim, Mya and Pink. I feel like I grew 10 white hair just saying that. 20 years. If you guys are not millennials, you probably don't understand how iconic this collaboration was at the time. It was 2001. Today, on top of the usual vocal analysis, I think this is totally going to trigger my pop nerd side. Before we start, I want to remind you once again that you can book an online consultation, coaching session, voice class with me. You can just hit me up at letstalkaboutsinging84@gmail.com, or you can send me a private message on Instagram. Look up for perfectmark.music. You can also listen to my music if you want. I would really appreciate that. I'm everywhere on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, YouTube, whatever you use. Just look for Perfect Mark and you'll find me there. So let's look at Lady Marmalade and let's talk about it. I'm excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Moulin Rouge.
Where's all my soul sisters? Let me hear your flow, sisters.
Hey, sister, go, sister, soul, sister, flow, sister. Hey, sister, go, sister, soul, sister, go. He met Marmalade down in old Moulin Rouge, strutting stuff on the street. She said, hello, hey, Joe, you wanna give it a go?
I'm gonna pause already. So let's talk about the song Lady Marmalade. First of all, if you don't know, this song is a cover. It's a cover from LaBelle. If you don't know who LaBelle is the girl group that Patti LaBelle was on. If you don't know who Patti LaBelle is, shame on you. Go listen to Patti LaBelle. This is an iconic song from the 70s. So this is, first of all, a cover, but it was so successful. There are so many lines in the song that everybody knows. Where's all my soul sisters? Let me hear your flow, sister. Hey, sis. Everybody knows that. When you hear that, you know that the song is about to start. That Lil Kim a cappella intro. Absolutely super popular. Did you hear the unison of the voices on the hey, sister, go, sister, soul, sister, flow, sister? What I really love about the song is how the vocals are well mixed. It's almost like they're singing in unison, but you can hear a little bit of Christina, you can hear a little bit of Pink, and you can hear a little bit of Mya. Speaking of Mya, who is starting the song, I think Mya is the most underrated here because we have, you know, those powerhouse singers of Pink and Christina, but Mya is a really good singer. I've always loved her voice. I love her sweet, smooth tone. I love her little runs at the end of the phrase. And Mya is also a great artist. She has some incredible songs. I mean, Case of the Axe, one of my all-time favorite R&B songs. Also, she looks gorgeous. And if you don't know Mya, go look for her. She also dances her ass off. She is a great, great dancer. So, just because out of the three singers in the song, she's the one with the smallest voice, it doesn't mean that she's less talented. And she is 22 in this video, so she looks and sounds phenomenal. Also, did you notice that she said down in old Moulin Rouge? The original song from LaBelle says down in old New Orleans because the song talks about a prostitute in New Orleans. But because this collaboration was done to promote the movie Moulin Rouge by Baz Luhrmann. If you have never seen Moulin Rouge, also shame on you. Go watch it right now. One of my all-time favorite movies. Nicole Kidman, Ewan McGregor. Nicole Kidman is amazing. Go watch it.
Get you, yeah, yeah, that time.
Just to show how versatile Mya is, think about those ad-libs on the get you, yeah, yeah, da, da. Her first one is this very forward chesty, hey, and then she goes, down to a G3, and then up in that sweet, smooth head voice that is so typical of her style, oh, yeah. We enter the fifth octave with like, oh, yeah, like from D5 to G4, and then she has Creole Lady Marmalade, Marmalade, where we go all the way down again to the F3. And if you hear carefully, there is also a higher octave in head voice on top of that. Creole Lady Marmalade. There's a lot of hidden vocals in this song. There's a lot of ad-libs and a lot of, vocal parts that are not that much in your face, and they're kind of like mixed in a way that you can hear them but not too much. So I encourage you to listen with headphones and really discover how much vocal work there is on this. Let's keep going. Speaking of underrated vocalists, I think Pink is one of the best singers in the world. And I think Pink has been one of the best singers in the world for the past 20 years. I love her tone, the way she comes in with that attitude and that confidence, and that little rasp that you can hear. She has that little distortion kicking in, which is very rock. What you need to understand is that this was kind of a transition phase for Pink. She started as a R&B artist. A lot of you might not know that if you only know her latest work, but the very first album from Pink, called Can't Take Me Home, is an R&B album. And she was very urban, very like urban pop / R&B. So from that album, which I think it was kind of a sound that it was forced on her, she kind of went towards a more pop rock sound with her second album. And this song is right in the middle of the two. So you can already hear her more rock and roll approach to the song. Even the way she uses some fry and the way she ends the phrases. Magnolia wine, I'm free, yeah. She has a little bit of sobbing here and there. But what I love the most is her tone. I'm a huge fan of Pink since the very beginning. So much attitude. That beautiful, powerful chest voice that she has. She does that first ad lib, da da da, kind of like smooth and soft, like dragged, and then get you, yeah, yeah. It's so soulful and so rock and roll at the same time. And she's already hitting a D5 in full chest voice. And then the Creole Lady Marmalade, I really love how she holds the vibrato on the the whole time. It's kind of like a wide vibrato, and then she ends with the just like almost like, okay, so okay, holding it, vibrato, 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 boom, let it go. Really cool. And again, Pink as well is 22 years old in this video, so I mean, she sounds incredible. I've always loved that run. Starting from a D5 in full chest down to an F4, and so soulful and so rock and roll at the same time. Now let's go into Lil Kim rap part.
With the money in the garter belts, let them know we bout that cake straight out the gate. We independent women, some mistake us for whores. I'm saying, why spend mine when I can spend yours? Disagree? Well, that's you, and I'm sorry. I'ma keep playing these cats out like a tar. High heel shoes, getting love from the dudes, 4 badass chicks from the Moulin Rouge. Hey, sisters, soul sisters, better get that dough, sisters. We drink wine with diamonds in the glass by the case, the meaning of expensive taste.
You want an inche, yeah, yeah.
Come on,
Mocha chocolate.
what? Rio Lady Mama.
I had to just let it go through because it's so cool. Now, once again, if you were not a teenager at the time, you don't understand how iconic this is. There are so many lines from this rap part that everybody knows. Even if you don't know every single word, you will know the part like, why spend mine when I can spend yours? Everybody knows that part. Like Atari. And you hear that, she's rapping, and then we have the ad-libs When I can spend yours. That's Mya on top, and then Christina says like a diary, and then Pink says from the Moulin Rouge. And even that other part, hey sister, soul sister, better get that dough, sister. That is also a line that everybody knows. If the song comes out in the club, everybody sings that part. And even if Lil Kim is not a singer, that part is really cool because it's her attitude and her raspy tone. What you guys might not understand is that being a female rapper at the time was not as easy as it is today. It's still not easy, but it's definitely a little easier than back in the day, and it's thanks to people like Lil Kim. You know, you might be used to see female rappers more on the mainstream scene, like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, but back then, it was a lot harder for them to get the respect and the recognition that they deserved. They were not really getting awards. You know, I'm talking about Lil Kim or Da Brat, Foxy Brown, Missy Elliott, who's the producer of this track, one of the most incredible producer and rappers. These people really paved the way for the female rappers that we're used to see today.
One more time, come on now.
Now, that whole Marmalade with the halftime feel and that crescendo and the harmonies, it almost feels like they are preparing the entrance of Christina. Now, another thing that you guys might not understand is that speaking of transition phases that I was talking about before with Pink, this was definitely a transition phase for Christina. Christina was coming from this like pop, blonde, good girl status with Genie in a Bottle, What a Girl Wants, I Turn to You, Come On Over Baby, Disney, being compared to Britney Spears, you know, not really being able to show her full vocal potential. And then all of a sudden, here she is with this like incredibly over the top look, the biggest wig, belting her butt off, sounding incredible, throwing her voice out there. This was really the first time we heard Christina killing it vocally like this. I remember seeing interviews about Pink not being happy about the fact that Christina had the higher parts of the song and there was some beef between the two of them for this reason. You know, it's obvious that Christina is coming and she is killing it. And she is getting the higher parts and all the upper belting parts and all the higher notes. But I mean, I remember the effect that this had on us when we saw it. We were all like, what? Who is that? Since when does she sound like that? Since when she can hit those notes? So her very first note is no. We're already starting on a G5. That's how she introduces herself here. And now the hey, she's like, you know, F sharp 5. She's in the 5th octave. That's how she's coming in. And then on that, that was already one of her signature things, that repeating the notes like that. Da, 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 da. Again on the D5. And then she has let's get feeling so smooth with her rips and runs. And then on the more. She's on the F, D5, F5, so all the way up there.
Back home doing 9 to 5. Living the crazy life. But when he turns off the sleep, memories creep.
That high note from Christina is really impressive on the mo. That's probably the hardest part of the song because it starts from a D5, mo, F, D, F, D, F, G, G. Do you hear how her vowel becomes super clear and open and bright and very on the oh, she really goes ah. It's not an O anymore. Her voice sounds a lot younger and thinner here compared to now. It also already shows a little bit of the distortion that she was gonna introduce later from stripped on, but it's still very, very clear. Speaking of age, she is 21 in this video. So young, but so good. I think this is one of her best vocal performances ever.
Yeah, yeah, da, 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 da. Shake it, shake, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's open, that's yeah, yeah. Real lady mama.
Loving all the ad-libs. You guys really need to listen with headphones because there's so much going on. The harmonies, lower octaves, higher octaves. I really love Christina's riff on the Creole Lady Marmalade. It's a very simple riff, but it fits so well in that spot. And again, hear her tones, so full, so big, full chest, completely in your face, completely out there, not really embellished, not really pretty sounding, very raw and very aggressive, very confident. All of them are seriously killing it here.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Oh, my sisters, yeah. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Again, hear the ad-libs. In the headphones, they split the vocals. Some vocals are on the left side, some vocals are on the right side. You can hear Pink going ce soir, again with that rock vibe, and then Mya has one of the most memorable lines of the song. Oh, my sisters, yeah. That's another part that everybody sings along to. But then Christina comes back in. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Again, she is in the 5th octave for most of the time here. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Down to the G4, and then, oh yeah, down to the G3. So she covered 2 octaves in this very, very quick line.
Christina, Pink, Lil Kim, Mya, Walla baby, Moulin Rouge, Misdemeanor here.
Real lady mama.
Amazing. I love the ending with Missy Elliott introducing each of them. And I think they all give their own flavor to this, you know. Christina goes, I love that she ends there. If we take that little riff that she did there, melodically, it's so beautiful. Listen to the notes. Isn't it gorgeous? But then Pink kicks in again with that raspy tone. Oh my God, I think that's one of my favorite part of the songs from her. Lady Mama. Again, with that vibrato and that fry at the end of the phrase. Lil Kim, once again, hey, It's another part that everybody does all the time. And then Mya ends with, again, her classy, soft, smooth, and then you have all the ad-libs, lady, Pink in head voice, and then Christina goes, ooh, in head voice, again, up to a G5, and then Mya, da-da-da-da. You know, they're all doing their parts. They're not trying to out-sing each other. They're not on top of each other. Love the ending. With all the riffs and runs, if you pay attention to the harmonies, Christina is doing the higher harmony, Pink is doing the middle one, and Mya is harmonizing under. As I said, this collaboration was an event. It was fierce, it was brave, it was unapologetically raw and female. They were looking gorgeous, so sexy, so over the top, singing their butt off, and it won all the awards: MTV Video Music Awards, Video of the Year, Grammy Awards, Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals. It was #1 all over the world. There is a before and after Lady Marmalade for each of them. You know, Christina finally showed us her voice and that side of her that was very distant from the Disney girl that we knew. Pink was already showing that rock vibe that she was gonna give in the future on her next albums. Lil Kim was launched to stardom all over the world, you know, even in countries where hip-hop was not very popular, and she became the queen of rap of the time. And Mya as well. She went from being an R&B singer to a pop starlet. So this was huge for all of them, and 20 years later, it's still so relevant. 20 years later, when the song comes in the club, you still dance to it, you still sing to it. Everybody knows the part. It's so popular, and you know, I can't believe it's been 20 years already. Oh, I need to stop saying that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Once again, if you want to book a free consultation, voice class, coaching session online with me, doesn't matter where you are, from all over the world, please reach out. Send me an email at letstalkaboutsinging@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram at perfectmark.music if you want. I would love for you to listen to my original song. Look for Perfect Mark everywhere on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, YouTube Music, Google Music, whatever you use. You'll find me there, and let me know what you think. I'll see you soon with another reaction. This is Marco. Let's talk about singing. Ciao.